Over 7 years, it won the hearts of 600,000 buyers. Now it's time for the next generation of the X3, the little brother of the BMW X5. The new contours and bonnet are stylish, the slightly slanting headlights rakish, and the front apron dominant, now in the same colour as the whole car and much more attractive for it. The rear is simply delightful, if not to say sexy, with its slightly oblique, T-shaped light clusters. We've increased driving dynamics and comfort considerably, and with the new engines and other efficiency measures we can get much more power from less fuel consumption. On the outside, the new X3 is more exciting, slimmer, more agile than its predecessor, while at the same time being quite a lot bigger. 8 centimeters longer at 4.65 meters and 3 centimeters wider at 1.88 meters. Bigger too is the luggage compartment. With a volume of between 550 and 1,600 litres, the new X3's boot has the most space of any car in the compact SUV segment. The overall impression of the X3 is of a somewhat wider stance. The track width has been increased by almost 10 centimeters. The centre of gravity is also lower, all of which has a positive effect on driving comfort. The occasionally unpleasant twitch of its predecessor on long journeys is gone. The new model glides along, swallowing almost every rut and road marking on its way. Nevertheless, the driver retains excellent contact to the road surface via the steering wheel. Here a new servo comes into play, which regulates the steering power amplification in relation to the speed driven, making the steering tauter the faster you go. This, combined with a lower centre of gravity, is responsible for the car's excellent high-speed handling on winding roads. Knowing this technology of this order under the bonnet makes for relaxed driving. The typical raised SUV driving position allows a perfect overview of the traffic situation. Typically for BMW, the asymmetric central console is oriented towards the driver. Seats, instruments, even the iDrive, it takes just a few kilometers to have everything under control. Powering the X3 is either the tried and tested 2-litre diesel with 184 horsepower, which can be combined with the manual 6-gear transmission, or as an extra with the new 8-gear automatic, which is more expensive but clearly the better choice. Alternatively, there's the 3.5i, a straight 6 3-litre motor offering 306 horsepower with the 8-gear automatic transmission as standard. Not exactly sensible, but lots of fun. The 6-cylinder purrs like a kitten on American roads, but put your foot down and the kitten becomes a predator. The 306 horsepower strong double turbo, the perfectly matched transmission and the fantastic traction of the permanent 4-wheel drive take the X3 from 0 to 100 kilometers in just 5.7 seconds. Where allowed, the top speed is limited to 245 kilometers an hour. Anyone who thinks they can change gear better than the automatic can use the manual gear paddles. To keep fuel consumption and eco-guilt under control, despite the fantastic performance, the X3 is equipped with an automatic start-stop function. This turns the engine off during enforced stops like at traffic lights and back on again when the driver switches from brake to accelerate. So much for the car's qualities on the road. It probably won't be of much interest to the average X3 owner, but the car also performs well off-road. The good thing here is that the driver doesn't even have to think about it. The X-Drive system will do it all automatically, braking each wheel individually if desired, switching drive from front to rear and back again so that there's always traction when and where it's needed. A hill descent aid takes the sting out of the steepest inclines, no matter whether the surface is firm, sandy, wet, or even muddy and slippery. All in all, the new X3 has the potential for gaining many new fans. The car is comfortable, chic, and above all, enjoyably uncomplicated. A sensibly equipped 2-litre model with 8-speed automatic, navigation system and sunroof will set you back around €45,000. For the 6-cylinder 306 horsepower model, buyers should be expecting to pay around €55,000 or more. As usual with fittings and equipment, the sky is the limit.